So my question is, like today's session was very nice. So the first place, why do we get lost? Why should we be lost when there is no need to be lost? But like even now in the small meditation we did right now, there were so many thoughts. There were easily so many thoughts. But there was also your voice which was guiding us, equally guiding us against those so many bombardment of thoughts. But in the first place, why do we even have to be lost? Like you said, from the time we are born, we are getting into the habit of being lost on the outside, with getting used to the outside, uh, because that is how we are being given to live, right? Like looking at things, doing things. But why be lost?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Why are we lost in the very first place? Because if we are not lost, how would we be found? This is what the masters say, play, lila. If we go back to the beginning, it is said God was alone and then he got bored. So he thought, why not play?
Okay.
Let's play. So when he said, let's play, he multiplied himself. We can also say there was one and then one became many.
Mm.
But then again, it was boring. There was not much play happening because what would the many do? So the one that became many started the play by saying, okay, I will go and hide. And these many, I'm asking them to find me.
Okay.
Right? So he started a game that we know as hide and seek.
Okay.
So when he was thinking of this play, when he was creating the play, he thought, now I have created the man in my own image. So this man is going to be very smart. When I say man, please don't stick to the word man, man and woman. And my belief is the woman came first and the man came after. Right? Anyway, so he was thinking where to hide because this man, this woman, they are very smart. They are going to be very smart. They will easily find me. So he thought maybe I should, when create a place like Earth, then he created moon and this and that, all that. Said maybe I should go and hide in the moon somewhere. And then he thought a little bit more about it and he said, my God, one day these guys will reach the moon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we have reached the moon, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then he thought, where should I hide? That's somewhere in the Milky Way. He said, no, if they can reach the moon, they will also reach other places in the Milky Way. He thought, why not hide deep in the universe on some another galaxy? And the logic remains the same, if we can find something hidden in a certain
Subtle. Yeah.
radius, only it is expansion of that radius. Now we are exploring to the point of Big Bang when this whole creation began, you know, to the all very near to the point, where that creation started. We can hear the sounds already of the creation. We means NASA, the scientists, everybody that is working on it. The astronomers are doing a great job. So God said, these guys will find me somewhere or the other. How about I hide within them only? Because I'm giving them eyes, ears, nose. The only way we can find something, explore something, is through our senses. And all these senses will start opening outside from the birth. And I will create so much of drama around that they are constantly looking here and there, listening here and there. They're just constantly engrossed in what is happening. There is so much out there to be explored. The last thing the man will want to look at is or explore is within himself. So let me hide within my creation. Why hide in one place? Not only inside one person, because if I hide in one person, again I will be found. Why not that I hide within my whole creation? So he hid himself
Oh, nice.
within the whole creation, and here we are trying to find him. So then we ask what we call a guru, a master. Where did you find him? He said, inside me. Then we say, okay, allow me also to look. I also want to see. Many people don't even want to look. They say, he's inside you. Great. Let's garland this man. Let's bow down, touch the feet. God is in this person. Great. Very happy about it. And they go on about their own ways. They don't do anything about finding on their own. So there are many people who come to a master. They are very happy. There is a master. He has found and he's great. Let's bow down to him. Let's make a temple in his name. Let's create an ashram in his name. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's tell the whole world this man has found something. But they forget completely the real game was to find him for yourself. So very few who can be really called disciples, who have not come out of just curiosity, they start to seek. They ask, how can I find? You have found, that's great. Very nice. And it is nice to be with you. It's nice to be in your presence. It's wonderful, very happy, so kind of you, your blessing. Let them remain with me the whole time. But how do I find? And then the master shows the way. Look inwards, go inside, and you will find the same. The same is hidden within you. And then very few disciples, they have the courage, so they start looking inside. And when they look inside, first is the thoughts, like you just said, there's also this voice guiding you, and also there is this bombardment of thoughts. Many people get frustrated and drop it right there. This is not for me, I can't find it. It's so frustrating, there is thoughts and this and that. Either it is not there, or this master is lying, or it is not meant for me, whatever reason, whatever justification they find, and they drop their journey, their seeking somewhere half the way. Then there are few who have more courage. They go back to the master and say, look, I'm trying to find, but it's not working out. What to do? There are these thoughts, there are so many entanglements that I'm not free of. So what to do? And the master devises ways. He says, this, that, try this, try that, try that. That's how dynamic meditation came into existence. That is how gibberish came into existence. Why? Somebody must have gone to Osho. You are talking all these beautiful things, but where is it? I can't find it. What to do? And then Osho must have said, okay, I know why you can't find it, because you're so entangled in this and that. Dynamic meditation. 3 months regularly. Yeah, and then some people start dynamic meditation, and then there are people who also, while doing dynamic meditation, go into their dream world rather than being present in the moment. They, because you have to remember, masters are geniuses and we are idiots. Or we can say we are super geniuses. Masters find ways for us to come back home, and we are so smart, over smart, we keep on finding ways to escape into the market.
True.
So the master creates a pathway, a highway. Just take this highway, you will reach home. And we say, wait, why just go on this highway? Let me try this detour. This looks very interesting. And then again we are lost here, we are lost there, and then we again go back to the master. Master keeps on pointing at the same thing. Honestly speaking, you listen to Osho's discourses, there are thousands of them. 650 books to his name, right? Each book at least 10 discourses, some having more than 100 discourses. So those books are in different parts, right? So minimum 10,000 talks, I would say, minimum. And there would be more. Go search. Everywhere you will find the same pointers. Stories may be different, jokes may be different, even they are repeated many times. Sometimes the same story is mentioned by the name of a Zen master, and then the same story is narrated in the name of a Sufi master. All that khichdi, everything, all that, whatever it takes for us to come back home, he's been trying. Right? So many discourses, but in the end you will find it is pointing at the same thing. Being in the present moment, being unentangled, being here and now, being more and more aware, witnessing, awareness. So, but he also knows that we forget and then he starts again, we forget again and he starts again, we go with this disease, he starts again, goes around and around and brings you back to the same medicine. There is only one medicine, paracetamol. Medicine is awareness. Sometimes he will say crocin, sometimes he will say crocin active, sometimes he will say, it's cold and flu, different names, but ultimately it's all about paracetamol. And that paracetamol in our case is awareness, 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 right? So when you ask these thoughts and everything, what is to be done? You already know the answer, I don't have to repeat. But we forget and you like to be reminded. So again, I will say the same thing with the same passion as if you have come here for the first time. I will pretend because you are pretending. So I will also pretend, this is a real problem. So I will say, see, let the thoughts be. Na kahu se dosti, na kahu se bair. No need to fight with them. Not that I have not said it earlier, not that you have not heard it from me earlier, all that. But still we keep on playing the same game. But it works like a reminder, and at least for a few moments we are in that. So there are disciples who run away because of these thoughts, because of their emotions that they can't conquer, they can't move, they can't move beyond that. So they, for whatever reason, they feel better to drop the whole drama of this sadhana and everything. It is not for me. But then there are courageous ones who keep on digging, who stay with the thoughts. All you have to do, I'm giving you a master key. Please remember, no matter what is happening in life, all you have to do is stay. How many of you ever had a dog please raise and wave your hand. Ever had a dog? Rohini had a dog, so it'll be easier for me to explain. Okay, many others. Okay. Do you know how you teach the dog? There are a few basic commands that you teach the dog. What is the first one?
Sit.
Come. It's not sit. Remember, come. Because dog is not interested in you in the beginning. He may not come when you want him to come. He's playing somewhere. He's playing with the ball. You want him to come to you. Leave the ball and come to you. So you teach the dog, come. Why will he come to you?
Because I have treat, chocolate.
Because you have a treat. You will give him a dog biscuit.
Yeah.
I hope you are not eating them. So you give a biscuit. So every time you say come, the dog remembers the taste of the biscuit, comes running, and you give him biscuit only a few times. Now poor dog, he doesn't have the concept of going to the court. Otherwise he will sue you, he will put a case against you. That these guys initially promised come, gave me biscuit. Now they say come, I come running and no biscuit. This is cheating, this is fraud. If dogs have a court, they will file a case against you. But anyway, we are trying to learn how we teach the dog. We say come, give him a biscuit, and he comes. What else do we teach the dog? Sit. Right? So there is a way, you move your hand from top to down and sit. When the dog sits, or you can just raise your finger and he will know this means to sit. Sit. What happens when he sits? You give him a treat. Now, come and biscuit. He's understood. Sit and biscuit. He understands. Now, whenever you say come, he will come running. You say sit, he will sit. Right? The third command, very important command. Stay. So you give the biscuit to the dog after he's sitting. Now you say stay. But dog doesn't want to stay. He wants to go after the biscuit. He knows where the biscuit is. The biscuit is in your hands. He will come to eat. He has to learn to stay.
Yeah.
Even to the point the biscuit should be kept in front of the dog and you say stay, he will not eat. He has to stay. He has to understand that command very well. Right? Now this is the most difficult command to teach anyone who has tried to teach their dog. But eventually you find a way to teach. Because when he stays, you let him wait for a little while. Then you go close to him, pat him and give him biscuit. Good boy, good boy, good boy. You stayed that long. That's enough. Every time you increase the duration. After you say stay, every time you give more and more objects for him to jump at, but with the command to stay, to make this command stronger. And when the dog has learned, nothing can move him once you say stay. He will just sit and he will just stay. He will not run. He will not do anything. Anybody can put food in front of him. The dog will not eat. This dog is our mind.
Yes.
Remember that. First, you have to teach him come. Come where? Meditation program, Satsang, master. Come. And you give him treat. Once the dog knows where to come, keeps on coming back again and again and again. Then what happens in the program? This dog is trained to sit. Now you have come, great, but now sit. You see in our meditation programs how many times it happens. We are sitting together on the pool side, talking, and it is time for meditation. But everybody wants to just stay there. Only the first command is at play. Come. Now you have come close to the masters, you sit around them, and you want to just be there. Now there is no sitting like sitting. You just come, yes, and you are playing and enjoy playing. Then we have to learn sit. Sit means sit in meditation. You have to train the body, the mind to sit. Certain discipline. But even in this sitting, what happens? There are thoughts, there are dreams, there are distractions, and this dog that I'm calling mind runs after that. Even in meditation. Yes? Now is time for the third command. Stay. Stay means to not let the mind run after whatever is happening. Not to fight with what is happening. Let it go on happening, but you stay at the center. If in a nutshell, we have to learn one command, that is to stay. Stay centered. Stay aware. Stay in witnessing. That is what we need to remember. Just one command, the most important one. Stay. Because there will be many distractions, there will be many invitations. So the disciples who have learned this command, stay, they go deeper. There are thoughts, there are emotions, there are issues in personal life, there are issues in social life, there are issues in financial dynamics, there are issues in this, that, so many issues, and those issues will not stop. The issues will be there. But the dog has learned to stay. Meaning, the disciple has trained his mind to remain unaffected. Whatever is happening, let it happen. But the disciple is at the center. And the mind is on the stay command. And only after that, after you move this barrier of distractions, you dive to the next level. And that is where the peace, the silence, the truth exists. Yes? So it's a reminder, Rohini, whenever we feel there is a bombardment of everything, your master is inside you, not just outside you. Remember that. So you take master's seat, you take master's words, master's command, and tell the mind, stay. So even if the mind is trying to jump, just trying to run, you remain conscious, stay. You keep on showing that finger. If you have to show the eyes, you show the eyes. Right? Stay. And eventually you will find that which is inside. Now there is a lot other play. If we keep on stretching this dog technology, because the dog has to become God. It has to reverse.
Yeah.
The dog only has to become God.
God.
That is why even all the Buddhists, they don't ask whether a monkey has a Buddha nature. You remember the famous Zen koan? It is not about whether a mosquito has Buddha nature or not. The Kwan remains the same, whether a dog has a Buddha nature. Because the dog has the capacity to become God. And how? Then you have to teach dog other things. I don't know if you have taught him, you throw the ball, he runs to the ball. That is very easy. You don't have to teach him. He will run after anything. That is the mind, na? It will run after anything anyway. The real thing is to tell the dog, fetch. To bring that ball back. No, 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 no. What he will do, he will run after the ball, catch the ball, and stay with the ball. He'll start playing there only. And
Exactly.
then the master has to say, fetch, fetch, has to teach him. एक देनी भी पड़ती है कभी कभी. Don't just keep playing with it. Now come back, bring it back. Now these are meditation experiences. Remember, the ball. The master rolls the ball. The dog runs after it. Some deep meditation experience. Start playing with that, you get involved with that experience. Then master says, fetch. You bring that experience back. And after fetching again, the master shows how to drop that ball. Drop.
Yeah.
Then the ball has to drop. It's very difficult. He ran so far to fetch the ball, and now the master is saying drop. Either the master is crazy. What is happening here? But the master knows this is just a play. Drop. Then the ball has to drop again. And then again, before he pounds on the ball again and takes it somewhere, he says, stay. So there is
Wow.
a lot we are learning. So first we run after all these experiences in meditation. There is deep meditation. Master only rolls the ball. He says, divine sound. Listen to that. And the divine light. Aha. And then you come back. I know divine sound now. I know divine light. I have experienced everything. And then he says, drop. And when Master is saying drop, he's not saying that the divine sound will disappear or the light will disappear. All he's saying is this ego that is so happy catching the ball, this ego has to drop. This ego that is so happy about having this or that experience in deep meditation, this attachment, this ego also has to drop. Ultimately, the whole mind has to drop. The dog has to drop dead.
Yeah.
The mind has to drop dead and be reincarnated. The dog has to die and come back. Remember, the dog has to come back as the servant. An untrained dog is master of his own. He runs anywhere. And a trained dog is the one who has a master. Who is the master? You. The outer master is like a dog trainer. He is helping you to become the real master. So the dog trainer teaches you. Sometimes the dog trainer will appear to be very harsh, very cruel. Because you say, oh no, sweet dog, you know why? Let me give him a treat. He will not allow even little treat. Drop means drop. He will put the food in front of the dog and say, stay. Unless he says eat, the dog cannot jump and eat. And you will think, why is such cruelty? Let him have the food. The master knows someday your dog can be poisoned also. He has to learn only to eat when you say eat. The dog has to become a servant. Meaning the mind has to become a servant and you have to become the masters. And all this training is helpful. So even when the I comes in terms of meditation, deep growth, beautiful experiences, glimpses of enlightenment, and you will come running to the master saying, I felt this, I experienced this, now this has happened. He will say, drop. तो आज बहुत सारी कमांड्स मैंने आपको कही. कम, रिमेंबर, कम. रूमी वही कमांड देते रहे, कम कम येट अगेन कम. Whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper of truth, or a drunkard, come, yet again come. First command is come. Second command is sit. Sit for meditation. Take time out for meditation. Third command, stay. Now don't let the mind get distracted here, there. Fourth, fetch. Bring the inner peace, the inner silence back with you when you come out of meditation. And the final and fifth command, drop. Drop this I, me, mine, myself, this whole ego business. And that's when you get the real treat.